I've heard some preposterous shit in my time. I'm going to share a little story with you today because I think you'll, number one, probably find it at least lightly amusing, um, maybe slightly educational, insightful, perhaps. But I think it might just give you a little giggle. Let me just collect my coffee. I've already made it. Turn it off, machine. Boop. There you go. The cool thing about that coffee machine, it puts itself through a warm-up cycle and like a cleaning cycle when you switch it off. So it empties all the chambers out and pushes hot water through the nozzles. So it's nice and clean all the time. I like it. Let me just shut the office door as well. So, I heard someone say, this is a day ago, and I've only just remembered that this was sort of said in our presence. Okay. Now, caveat before we get stuck into this. Elaine and I are parents. We've got 5 sons altogether between the two of us, ranging from mid-20s all the way down to 7 years old. Now, that's not to say just because we have children, we should, give other people advice. Not at all. Our own experiences are our own experiences. And I believe that to be true for a lot of things in life. However, we've got a decent gauge and we're old enough and, ugly enough, wise enough and beautiful enough to realise there are some universal truths, to parenting and the way the world works in general as well. So this isn't coming from a place of I'm laughing or mocking an individual. That's not what I'm doing. I'm just sharing insight. But I don't have any worldly relevance whatsoever to what this person has said. I heard someone say the other day, our children should never make the same mistakes that we do because we've made them, and it is our job to teach them to completely avoid those mistakes. And we've basically failed them as parents if they repeat those same mistakes. Wowzers. Let that fucking sink in for a second. I mean, if that's the case, my mum has certainly failed me, and Elaine was laughing her head off. We were sort of... It's almost like, when you're just like so far in disbelief about something, you can't believe it actually came out of someone's mouth. And it was carried and said with such conviction. You're like, oh, you're not joking. You're actually fucking meaning what you're saying right now. Which just makes it even funnier, in my opinion. Let me tell you, if you're not a parent and you're planning on being, or if you're in the early stages and maybe with little ones, of where, they're, 5, 6, 7, 8 years old, right? And they're just starting to come into their own and be their own little person, and their personalities are coming out even stronger. I'll tell you now, no matter what you try, no matter what you do, okay, no matter what you learn for yourself, no matter where you put them, what environment you put them in, your children will make mistakes. Will they be the exact same mistakes that you made? Perhaps. Perhaps not. But I can guarantee they will fucking make mistakes. That is part and parcel of life. We're designed to test things. We're designed to push. We're designed to try. That's part of the beautiful, one of the million things that's beautiful about being human. Is we're supposed to test things. We're supposed to try things out. We're supposed to push the boundaries of what we believe is possible. We wouldn't have evolved as a race and still be here now. Whether you like the current situation or not, it's true, right? We're pushing boundaries and testing ourselves and the things around us every single day. And that inherent testing and that pushing of boundaries comes with more failures than success. Way more failures. Way more failures. So what arrogance and naivety does it take for someone to believe that there's almost like a birthright, for their offspring or for their children, that they will not make mistakes because I've made them and because I've told them about those mistakes and the lessons that I learned, that you can avoid them. It just doesn't work like that. It just doesn't. There might be some extremely rare cases of where that is the case, of where, it's sunk in first time for those tiny, bright little minds, and it's been avoided altogether. Hallelujah. That's fantastic. But also, my little take on that would be having someone avoid a mistake. What does that take away from that human's experience, that human's perspective on things? Do you know what I mean? Because that's another really big part of what makes us up to be individuals, is our nuanced and subjective perspective on experiences. I want our sons to make a ton of mistakes. I want them to be I want them to experience pain, anguish, to go through those ups and downs and those roller coasters. I don't want them to just be fed all the answers and just have a smooth, painless ride. I've met some of those characters in my time, and they're fucking kiss-ass know-it-alls, that expect the world to bow down to their every fucking word and command. My personal take on that is the world doesn't need more of those individuals. The world needs more well-rounded, broader perspective, deep-thinking individuals that are able to give their input and their take on things from the viewpoint of, I failed a lot of things, but here's what I learned from the few successes. But reflecting on it, I learned way more from falling flat on my face 10,000 times. Do you know what I mean? Something to think about today. So I just wanted to share with you some of the brief and sometimes long-term interactions, I have with people, and some of the stupid shit that they say. I don't know. You tell me. Is this preposterous? Am I thinking way outside the fucking lines with this one? If you're a parent and you've got children of varying ages, or of an age of where you've seen them make mistakes, or you're trying to help them avoid some mistakes, what's your expectations? If you're yet to have kids, what are your thoughts on this? I don't claim to know it all either. This is just my current perspective on the world and my own experiences as an almost 40-year-old man, married with children. Just thought I'd share that with you. Thought it might be quite insightful. See you soon.